Welcome back to another video. Today, it's Friday and it feels weird not working. We're unemployed, kind of unemployed. Good news actually, just got a job, so thankfully that's taken care of, but that's not what today's video is going to be about. It's mainly just going to be a check-in and thank you for all the support you guys actually showed last video. It was great, so let's get into it. Thankfully, the job market, I mean, it's shitty, I'll give you that, but yeah, I feel like if you're bilingual and you have some credentials, and I'm not talking about just like a bachelor's degree or something, I'm talking about like licenses. Thankfully that's something Chase gave to me, but you know, it's like who you know, it's who you talk to, and it's a ball game, really. It's a huge ball game when it comes to employment nowadays, and like I know a lot of us are struggling with it. But nonetheless, I'm thankful. I don't want to necessarily say what I got for my new job just because everything's still up in the air, but I officially got the new job offer today, and the most beautiful thing is that I actually get to work around my hometown compared to Santa Monica, which was a 3-hour drive there and back. So there's a lot of relief, a lot of fucking relief. But besides that, no, I mean, I never know what exactly to talk about in these videos, except just ramble on. But I mean, given that last video actually went really well, thank you guys. I mean, if I had to choose my options, obviously I would do this as a full-time career, but that's why there's a bit of inconsistency, and mainly I could say it's a combination of insecurity and procrastination. But I mean, regardless, I still see a future in which I will be doing this as my full-time career. I mean, a lot of people are doing it my age, and granted, I'm not like a lot of people my age, meaning I'm not this exuberating individual that is just positive and outgoing and whatever. No, I mean, I'm just me. What could I say? Yeah, I'm not the most exciting person, but one thing for sure is just undeniably, I just love talking. I mean, all of my jobs, and like, again, my videos are not meant to talk about work or employment, but like all of my jobs have consisted around just talking to people and whatnot. And thankfully I got a job that, one, is going to provide me that, chance to talk to people, but two, also to just be around my home city, and which, mind you, commute for a job is very important. I mean, I don't know why the hell I drove to Santa Monica every day, but I did it for the paycheck, I was thankful that I was able to get promoted from a teller to a banker at Chase, but yeah, I'm telling you, that job was a huge risk. Just getting licenses back to back within a period of 2 weeks, that was an investment I took upon myself. That was just very risky, and obviously it didn't pay off, but I mean, nonetheless, I'm still thankful I did it. It was better than staying stagnant with a toxic employer in which would never give a fuck about me. And that's what I implore most people to do, is just get out of that toxic, oppressive work environment if you're in it. Like, I know this job market's very hard. I know inflation just keeps going up. Like, we are potentially going to be facing a recession within these next quarters. So it's all scary, but I mean, in these 2 to 3 weeks that I've been unemployed searching for a job, I can't say that they were the best. I mean, no, I had that worry of, looking for a job and whatnot. And then that's always going to be the case. It's where you either have a lot of time and you're broke, or you have a lot of money and you're broke. A very rare percentage of humans can actually say they have money and time. But as for the rest of us, majority, we're just out here struggling, man. We really are. I mean, I was thankful I had like about 4,000 to 5,000 in cash that I could just lay off of during this meantime, but I didn't want to necessarily rely on those savings that I had for these next couple of months and just be like, no, I'm gonna take a vacation, I'm not gonna do anything. Like, no. Been there, done that when I was 22, mind you, but I learned from my experience. It's crazy how at 20 2020 or 19, I had almost $20,000 and I did nothing. I was just like, you know what, I'm not going to work for a year. I didn't even bother investing into it. I just simply took a step back and relaxed. But now I'm just like, okay, I have a bit of money, I have a bit of funds that I could tap into, but I'd rather just go back to work, actually do something, make this trauma I have of everything I've accumulated in life into some form of achievement, just so that way by the time I'm 30, I'm not stressing about what the hell I'm gonna do. I mean, for those of you that have watched New Girl, New Girl's a very funny show in the sense where it shows a bunch of 30-year-olds just aimlessly going through life, wondering what their next employment's gonna do. But I mean, ultimately, we all just have to find ourselves in something we'd like doing. Can I say that this next job that I got employed to is gonna be my life's calling? Hell no. But it's a process. Building up enough money, enough credentials to finally get laid off for the rest of my life, and in a good way where I can have those savings and actually just rely on them and live life doing what I actually want to do. I kid you not, like, I had this week or 2 weeks of unemployment, and yet I didn't make any YouTube videos. I only made one here and there, but normally you would think, no, you should be making them every day. It's like, no, it's the mental space that I'm in that prohibited me from actually doing it, or just having that mental block to just be like, oh yeah, let's go make a video willy-nilly. And like, no, I'm making this. Oh, 1 sec. Okay, sorry, I had to pause it for a little bit, but fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Crap. Hold up, give me a sec. So block, that's what we were talking about. Now that I'm listening back to it, it just sounds like a pitiful excuse, but no. I mean, shit happens for a reason, divine timing and all that. I actually think that, you know how funny today was technically my last day of employment over at Chase, whereas I put my 2 weeks in, gave my thank you and everything, but today I also coincidentally got the job offer I was actually looking forward to. Like, this was actually the one job I actually wanted, compared to all the other jobs that I applied to and was interviewing for. This was actually the one job that I wanted. I was actually very happy about it. But the timing of it all, it's actually very funny. I mean, literally as one door opens or one door closes, the other one opens. I feel like that's kind of where I'm in. I kid you not. There is this layer of relief that has been removed, and I'm very happy about that. Very happy. Cheers, by the way, if you don't have your Americano or your tea or coffee. So once we are more established, we're actually going to have that reminder just saying to have at least something to sip on while we do these videos. But cheers. Oh shit. No, I mean, either way, for those of you that are still looking for a job, I mean, good luck. If anything, all I can say is just add more to your credentials. And I'm not, again, talking about college necessarily. I'm just talking about something that is actually useful to society. Become a working person for society. I mean, it's great to get a college degree, but I'll be honest, when I was majoring in communications, you know, it's a very broad field that a lot of people actually have a college degree in. And clearly I was not going to be meant to be an engineer or whatever, something that's actually more useful to society. But when I make these videos, I'm talking to the vast majority as to where you're just a simple commoner just like me, simply wanting to at least have something to hang on to life, to validate your existence. And if I have to nip it in the bud, I would say get a license in something, welding, or what I did, life and health. I have some other licenses as well, but you know, when I had an interview for the same company, actually just a different location, literally he said that getting licenses, and this applies to real estate, other types of things, construction or everything, it's just to measure someone's IQ. No one really gives a fuck about what these licenses are about. And that kind of put everything into perspective, in the sense where, like, oh wow, I studied 10, 20, 15 hours studying for course material in which I may never put to use. This was all just simply to measure if I was, and to put it into blatant terms, stupid or not for not. Like, genuinely, the test that I took, mind you, I've taken up to 3 tests for licenses just to measure my IQ. And again, as a simple Hispanic, a simple commoner, I don't feel as if my IQ is high enough, but it's mainly the ambition that I want for myself, for those that I love, to succeed in life. But when I was talking to that guy, and mind you, this interview was an hour long, this guy was genuinely trying to just mind fuck me. Like, he was just peering into my soul, you could say, which is weird because I didn't even get the job. Literally, I had an hour interview. Mind you, the company itself is prestigious, and I don't want to say it just yet, but just mind you, he had an hour interview for me and then offered me employment until June. Until June. We might be in a recession by then, so what's the point of getting employed by then? However, it's still the same company I'm going to be in, so for that, I'm happy, I'm grateful. I start April 1st, which is, honestly, it's just great. Starting April 1st, brand new month, we're almost halfway into the year coming this month. It's a great feeling. It hasn't always been a great feeling. It's been consistently just low, and that's kind of what I'm starting to depict out of life, is that literal highs and lows. Like, you hear it in so many cliches, but literal highs and lows as to where you have to go through certain seasons that are going to produce just nothing, and then you're going to go through seasons in where you're actually doing good. And when I was looking at it from a financial standpoint, in many companies I was with, I was looking at graphs, statistics, and whatnot, and like, they were just showing that, 1 month we make $80,000, the next month we make 40,000, 20,000. Apply that same concept to real life, real human life, and it's kind of crazy how you can just start finally measuring how your life's gonna go, or how you can have at least some form of predicament towards it. Like, okay, so this is how it's gonna go. I'm meant to be doing shitty right now, but eventually there is gonna be a good day right around the corner. I think that was a Tao saying, some Chinese empire, but it's a Tao saying, and I got it from another YouTuber, Heinz. He said it very well, but yeah, I mean, if there's a positive day, then be expecting a negative day, and vice versa. And it really just puts it into perspective. I mean, thankfully, I only had about 4 weeks, almost about a month of just a low period of wondering how I'm going to get my income, what I have to live off of to finally consider myself a functioning adult. Finally found the tool to actually function as a contributing member to society. But it's always just a struggle. It's always this sense of loss, confusion as to how you're going to get mapped out to traverse through life. It's very scary. It's very scary. And then sometimes you genuinely feel as if friends that you have will not give you any support and whatnot, or just act a very weird way, just act with certain animosity, as if, I only want to have you for fun, but when it comes to real life shit, handle that on your own. This is why I don't think I'll have a best man at my wedding. I genuinely believe that there is never going to be a man that I can call my genuine best friend, my genuine comrade. I don't think I'll ever have a best man. I'm grateful that I have a loving spouse, but it's sad to say that I don't think I'll ever get a best friend that I could say, like, this is my soulmate in a platonic way. This man will go through the ringer with me. I don't think I'll ever be able to say that, but I love my girl. We're hitting 4 years. 4 years. I remember we were just two dumbasses working at Starbucks, and 4 years later, we're still in love, as if we're still in our honeymoon, and I'm not gonna lie, that's a fucking flex. I'm very proud of my relationship that I've built. But shit, I'm sorry. This channel isn't to talk about relationships. I'm just literally pouring out how I am, what I'm doing, what's currently going on in my life. But I'm gonna be wrapping up the video. Again, please stay tuned. Stay tuned, okay? Because eventually I want this to be my career, but there's no stability. I'm not consistent, but I do want to be if I just have that proper mental headspace to continue making videos that are quality, mind you, not just shitty ones. No, I'm talking about like substance videos, that are gonna help you and I. Those type of videos. That's the type of shit I'm fucking on. But besides that, guys, save your money. I know from a financial standpoint, saving your money isn't always the best, but like save up for rent, save up for your necessities. Right now, don't buy shit you don't need or that you want. Buy shit that you need. Who knows how these next couple of weeks, how these next couple of months will go. However, I still wish you the best. But at least from my perspective, someone that was unemployed and had to take the risk of going out back into the job market with no stability or whatever, or no connections, no networks. I'm glad that I'm employed now, but I want to wish that you guys, that if you have a part-time that doesn't pay you well, or if you're struggling at the full-time that you are at right now, save your money, start looking into some other jobs, because eventually it will be alright. But that's the one thing I can guarantee. It will be alright. I just can't guarantee you guys when it'll be alright. But I mean, regardless, so long as there's oxygen in our breast, we have to continue forward. And I know that sounded cringy, but I'm paraphrasing it from Thor, Avengers Age of Ultron. I'm paraphrasing it from that. And I am stalling a bit now that I'm realizing it. Okay, I'm just going to call it. But again, thank you guys. Stay hydrated, and I'll see you on the next one.